summer term at university, and that means finals. For thousands of students around the country, handling the pressure of end-of-year exams is only one part of the story. One of the other great pressures is making ends meet, keeping your finances in check during your studies. This programme looks at how a typical group of students are coping and how their video diaries prove that for most students, money's too tight to mention. Financing your way through college is probably one of the biggest challenges you'll have to face in your life. Whether you're about to start university or you're at the end of your first year or even post-grad, it's good to tackle the potential problems of student finance head on. So how did our video diarists face up to the challenge?
Hi, my name's Toby Thomas. I'm doing A-Level Sciences. This is a Wednesday afternoon physics lesson, one of the last, as I have A-Levels in about a month's time, which is very scary. I've applied to do medicine at Guy's and St Thomas's in London. I've also applied for a grant but won't get one. I'll just get my fees paid, so money will have to come from either a job over the summer or from my parents. It's something I hadn't really thought about that much before doing the film, but I will definitely have to put my mind to it after the A-Levels.
I'm working 9 to 5.
Hi, it's 3:30 on a Thursday afternoon and I'm Susie. I finished my degree about 6 months ago and are waiting to do a next one, a PGCE. Until then, I'm nannying, looking after kids and earning a bit of cash. Nannying can be really useful whilst you're a student because you never know when the grant check's going to arrive. It's always useful to have a bit of cash at the beginning of term, and that's how I tended to survive. All right?
I'm working 9 to 5, 5 days a week.
Okay, the receipt's in the bag. Thanks very much. Cheers. Hi there, my name's Tim and I'm a first year media studies student. It's Thursday afternoon and here I am at my part-time job in the record shop. Really, when you get to university, you have to look at all the different sources of income to top up your grant. I'm very lucky because I've got a part-time job, but they are very scarce. Another possibility is perhaps to take out a student loan, but really it's up to you to get the ball rolling. Excuse me, I've got a customer coming.
So I call on the Father.
Hi, I'm Sarah and it's Friday afternoon and I'm still in the engineering labs. I'm a final year student studying for my exams, working so hard I haven't got a lot of time to spend money, which is fortunate because there's not a lot left. These days, a full student grant will just about cover your hall fees. I'm one of the lucky ones. My parents have helped me out considerably. I don't like asking them for the money, but there's no other way I can do it. My advice to all students, whatever your financial situation, is to talk to your parents, because they're going to find it tough as well as you.
Money's too tight to mention.
So you've spoken to just about everyone. Parents, local authorities, student finance officer, even the postman. You've got the beginnings of a financial package put together. That might be a grant, or it might be help from your parents, a part-time job, or a student loan, or a mixture. No matter what, it's still going to be tight. So how do you make sure that what little cash you have got isn't blown by the end of Freshers' Week? Sounds daft, I know, but it's a trap that a lot of students fall into. Well, there is a simple solution, and it's called budgeting.
It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday morning and it's time for breakfast at a local cafe. Places like this are really popular with students because it's pretty cheap and it fills you up. Well, it's time to talk about budgeting, that kind of nightmare. But it's pretty simple really. We all know about how much money we've got and we've got 10 weeks in each term. So you take the first amount, divide it by 10 and you've got how much you've got each week. It's just a matter of discipline. And if you stick to it, you'll make ends meet, just about.
It's Wednesday afternoon, that means washing day, as well as budget day. I've gone to the habit of once a week going over next week's budget. I use a budget book like this. All you have to do is divide it into columns and itemise your expenditure. You know, food, transport, that sort of thing. It's so simple. I think money management is the key to success. I've seen students fall apart because they say they don't have time to do it. It only takes half an hour a week. It's better than watching your washing.
Money's too tight to mention.
very well sitting down and working out a tight budget, but what do you budget for? That depends on how you want to spend your money. But there are certain basics that most students make provisions for. So what sorts of things did our diarists think were important?
Cup of tea, Matt?
Thanks, mate.
Okay.
My name's Matthew and I'm a third-year pharmacologist, and it's Monday night and I'm studying. Actually, that was one of my housemates, Mark, and it's been really good fun living here, but you've got to watch out those bills. They cause a lot of tension, especially the phone one. You've also got to pay electricity, gas and water. And one big thing to remember is insurance. It'd be really horrible if you lost all your stuff one night. But the most important thing is to make a little money go a long way.
My kids all need brand new shoes.
Do you like the story? It's nice, isn't it? Hi, I'm Fran. I'm a first year financial services student. It's 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning and I'm down here at Eastville Market. I come here to buy basic items, essentials, that sort of thing, because that's all I can afford every so often. Then if I want to buy more major items in the shops in town and stuff, I'll save up for those because that's basically what I've got to do on my budget. I obviously like to spend a lot, but obviously I can't, so I've had to learn to curb my spending, as I've been told by my bank manager.
Right, it's 9 o'clock. I'm on the bus on the way out to university and it's a Monday morning and it feels like it too. What I have to do, I have to use the bus route because I don't live on campus, so I've chosen a house fairly near the bus route. I've looked at other methods of transport, looked at cars. They're a bit expensive, what with tax and sort of petrol, that sort of stuff. And I've looked at cycling and walking. The trouble is with a bike, it may be cheap, but a lot of them are getting stolen, and also it's just a lot of effort as well, cycling. So what I've done, I've weighed it up and I've checked my personal budget, and I have to budget £40 every month so I can use the bus. So really I decided that the bus is for me.
Hey, it's so early for a change. Hi, I'm Tara and I'm a third year medic. It's Friday morning, which means I'm off to my weekly aerobics class. When you first get to university, it's really tempting to try all sorts of sports and activities, from fine arts to martial arts. But it can be expensive. There's the membership fees to pay, and then there's also the cost of the equipment. That doesn't mean to say you shouldn't join anything, you just have to be selective.
See you in there.
Okay. Most universities have a swimming pool or a gym, so you can keep fit without spending a fortune.
Hello, it's Saturday morning, it's Gateways and it's shopping morning. Got the cornflakes. Good idea when you go shopping, you tend to forget the little items that are not food, like toilet rolls. They're a good one. Bin liners, another one. Fast food is a bad idea. I did a lot of that in the first year. Eating out costs a lot of money and it's really not good for you either. Another good thing is to look for a supermarket that's going to have low cost items. And here's my bread, final item.
Money's too tight to mention.
So you've got the essentials covered, things like rent, travel, food and textbooks and so on, but your money's disappearing fast and you've not even got to the Union Bar yet. Even the most carefully prepared of budgets can be hit by the unexpected. Life can always be that little bit more expensive than you think. So what happens if things get out of hand?
So I went to the bank to see what they would do.
Hi, it's Wednesday morning and I'm in the bank. I'm here to see my student finance officer. Mine's been really great. It's really easy to get into debt in your first term, particularly if you're away from home for the first time or adapting to a student lifestyle. Mine gave me loads of good advice, like how to budget properly and not to use my switch card too much. Whatever your financial problem is, they've seen it all before.
I don't make enough to survive.
Hi, it's Tuesday night and I'm getting ready to go out clubbing. I'm coming to the end of my first year now and I've got to say things have been a bit bumpy financially. I've had to go see the bank manager, get myself sorted out and stuff, and therefore I've had to curb my finances, which means that I can't go out clubbing as much as I used to when I was at home. I tend to go out once or twice a week now, but that's okay because I go out on student nights and it's cheaper and there's always loads of people, you know, there, so it's a lot of fun. So if you'll excuse me, I don't want to be late.
Money's too tight to mention.
There's no doubt that student life can be a brilliant experience, but it can also be a nightmare if you're always fighting debt. It's best advice to start as you mean to go on and avoid getting into serious trouble. If you're heading that way, then sort it out as quickly as possible. Have a chat with the bank manager, for instance, your parents or the student finance officer. They can all help. So what advice do our diarists give?
It's Sunday morning and I'm in the flat. I think all students have got to face the fact they're going to leave university with a degree but owing some money. The important thing is that you control your debt. You've got to remember you're going to have to pay it back and you may not end up with the best paid job as soon as you leave. I ended university not owing much, but I had fun. I was just sensible most of the time.
Hi there, it's Friday lunchtime. I'm down at the pub with my friends and we're having a end of term pint. Well, it's been a long year and I've learnt a few things about money. Never actually realised that books, and especially socialising, is just so expensive. The one thing that shocked me as well was learning that I had to pay a retainer on my rent over the summer. I really got quite a shock when I heard that. But if there's one thing I'm going to take away from this year, it's just the fact that I've learned that you really have to watch your pennies. So, cheers.
Could have got around in, Tim.
Yeah, you must be joking.
Should we go? Well, it's a Tuesday afternoon. I've just finished my exams, so I'm nervously awaiting the results in August. I've spoken to some of my friends about their money, and they've shared with me some of the hassles which they've had over the past year. I've just started to plan my budget with Mum and Dad, and we were surprised at how much it is going to cost, but it certainly helped to talk about it. I do realise now that I'm really going to have to cut back on some home comforts, but at least now I feel slightly more prepared for it. Come on, girls.
Money's too tight to mention.
At the end of the day, surviving university financially is about good old common sense. Some of you will have grants, some of you loans or parental help. All of you will have the daily pressure of making ends meet on limited funds. The secret, if there is one, is to sort it all out early on. Work out a realistic budget that suits you and try your hardest to stick to it. So, if you think ahead and talk it through and plan it thoroughly, you'll find that money needn't be too tight to mention.
Money's too tight to mention. Money's too